Hey there, thanks for tuning in to another episode of The Spiritual Scientist. I'm Victor. Thanks for checking me out. So, I'm going to talk to you today about some interesting theories I have, and this is all for entertainment purposes only. So, we just had a Raytheon whistleblower. He said he worked for Raytheon. He went down to the South Pole, Antarctica, and supposedly he has these pylons that were down there, about 1,500 of them. And anyway, they put in the ice and they created a earthquake device. They didn't mean to. Created a earthquake at Christchurch, as the story goes, and it does faster than light communication, among other things. One of the things they mentions briefly is that it's a time, like a time weapon. So I just thought I'd touch base on that for a little bit. This channel talks about multi-dimensional things, and one of the things I talk about is time. One of the things that I noticed during one video I was watching, this guy called Jacob Israel, he has a little channel, he talked about once that there was a, don't ask me for the link, I don't remember it. Right now it'd take me a long time to dig through it. He has a lot of videos, but he had a video where he talked about that there was in Australia, there was some kind of alien craft, and it was above, he said in the video, a secret government facility. And then I said, really? A secret government facility? I rewound the video just 10 seconds. I was like, well, let's hear that again. And then the words changed, and it was it was not a secret facility, it was a top secret facility. He said it was a weed dispensary. So I thought that was really funny. I said, boy, that's kind of strange that changed. But I do notice a lot of changes all the time. So I said, okay. So I filed that away. Then I watched a video once with Trump, and he's holding up the Bible, and the Bible was upside down, and everybody's like making fun of him, the Bible was upside down. And then you watch the video later and it's right side up. So I said, the Bible's upside down and it's right side up. And then I watched a video where Chris Rock famously got slapped by Will Smith, and all the words changed. And that was, of course, strange. And the last thing to tell you about that, to make sense of the story, is that the Raytheon whistleblower, during his video, says, well, I'm going to get right to the chase, folks. Now, the words change. And he doesn't say, I'm going to get right to the chase, folks, and describes all the things that they're doing down there. He doesn't say that. He says, it's garbled. He says, I'm going to chase, he says right now, I'm going to through the chase, folks. Now, it's a minor difference, but it is a difference. And I did hear it before. Why would he say that? Why would he say through without? So, as I watched a lot of videos, did a lot of research, and supposedly these quote-unquote alien craft have time devices on them. Now, some other whistleblower came forward and says there's 12 craft that the U.S. has that have been fallen. You could say fallen angel technology, but fallen from the sky. We have alien craft, and it's been purported to, they said that it can do change time. So are they changing time down in Antarctica with this device? Are they able to change time with these with these UFO craft that they've, UAP, whatever you want to call it. So the thing about it is, you see, I used to read, and there were some quote-unquote whistleblowers before that said that there was a chair on board these craft, and when you sat in the chair and kind of, I don't know if it's a skull cap or somehow get yourself plugged into the system, you're able to go in and modify things. They call that, the chair. So are these craft, are these aliens just us from the future? Or instead of coming from another dimension, are they coming from our future is the question. And I could see, I would think that when you're President of the United States, you're made aware perhaps of all these technologies. And I could actually see Trump saying, you know what, I held the Bible upside down. Can you guys just change that so I'm holding it right side up? I could totally see that. I mean, that would make total sense to me. It would make sense to me if they said, you know what, Chris Rock got slapped by Will Smith, just change that, because that would mean that, people are more emboldened to get up and fight things. We got to change that. I could see them trying to morph and change that, and it just comes up with garbled speech. I could see that they would use, if a guy comes forward and he's a whistleblower and says, we have some kind of time weapon and time displacement machine, and then his speech starts to get garbled, I could see that makes sense to me. I could see that if we did have a secret base somewhere in Australia where a UFO, UAP, whatever you want to call it, is above it, and then it gets released that's a secret base, I could see that information would be changed. So the question becomes, do we have an ability to edit reality and morph it and change it, and with a time displacement machine or weapon? There's also, if you look at history back in, I believe it's late 1800s, early 1900s, there's a story about Trump with a Baron Trump who has a time machine that changes he goes into the future and he tries to build a wall. It's kind of crazy. But is that some kind of a strange echo through time of reality? Is that some kind of clue what's going on? And again, this is all for entertainment purposes only, but the question becomes, do we have some kind of a time weapon? And is the government or some shadow organization in charge of it has one, and that's how come all this information didn't come out about aliens and UFOs over the years and all this. I don't think perhaps it's just us having the ability to keep a secret. Is it when the secret gets released that they go back and change it so now the secret didn't get released? Let me know what you think in the comments. I find this very interesting, that it kind of makes sense. So go back and watch this widely viewed video of the Raytheon whistleblower. They purportedly have some aliens landed, as you know, in some Las Vegas backyard. Could that be? It's been said that that's all CGI and fake, and this is all a Project Blue Beam. I'm not being edited right now. Project Blue Beam. That's all fake. So could this all be fake? Is this video's all conjecture? This is all for, again, entertainment purposes only. I hope you're being entertained. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great day. Bye-bye.